All right, so as we prepare for the unit exam, this is review number 2. So with this review, it's going to differ from the first one in the following ways. First, this first review looked at each individual section. So Chapter 1, Section 1, Chapter 1, Section 3, and so on. This review is different. While it still looks at individual sections, so for example, if you look at each problem, it will actually list where it came from. So this first question is from Chapter 1, Section 1. Or if we look down here, this one is from Chapter 1, Section 5, and so on. So it does tell you, but this is set up more like a unit exam will look. So there are multiple choice sections. There are some short answer sections. I've even included multiple versions. So for example, this is test 1, and then this is test 2. All right, so you've got multiple versions here going on. Shouldn't be anything terrible. In terms of how you fill it out, obviously just bubble your A's, B's, and C's, or you can grab a separate sheet of paper, look at it online, and just answer them as you go. That's how I would do it, simply because a lot of this, it's very difficult to show your work. For example, if you looked at a problem like 6, it's algebraic, and there's just not enough space here to do the algebra on. Some of the problems look like this, and this is good practice for things like SAT, ACT, K-Prep. So whatever value you get, filling it out. And again, all the answers I will post for you online so you can see how these work, but it's not terrible. So for example, if your answer was say 90, then you would write 90, and then you just bubble in 90. Again, that may not be your answer, just showing you how to do it. So again, this is the first version of the test, and this looks specifically at Chapter 1. The next version that I've got for you is version 2, and this looks at chapters 1 and 2 together. So notice you'll go through things like 1, 4, and then all the way up to 2, 5, and so on. And most of these should be things that you're very familiar with. If not, you know where to go look. So for example, if we were looking at problem, I don't know, how about problem 6? If P implies Q is the conditional, all right, so that's your original conditional statement, then its converse is, and remember, converse is where we take the if and the then and we flip-flop it. So in this case, if you didn't remember what the converse is, then it will show you which lesson it came from, so you can go back, review it, and be good to go. And in this case, the converse would be Q, then P. So that's what we would want there. And obviously, you could bubble it in if you like, if you want to print it off, or just write it down on a separate sheet of paper. You'll be fine. We got some proof in there, so that way you know which question, multiple choice. We've seen things like that before, so that shouldn't be anything that you can't deal with. And then it goes into the third version of the test, and this covers all 3 chapters. So if you're wanting something that's a little bit easier and up front, then this first one's the way to go. It's just chapter 1. It then goes into the second version, which covers chapters 1 and 2, and then this third version of the test covers all 3. So you'll kind of bebop around. Now notice problem 6, I've marked it out because it talks about a few things that we just did not discuss this year. So if you run into a problem that we have not addressed at all, for example, like number 6, just mark it out. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to been through this entire thing, and I think number 6 on page 62 is the only problem that we've not discussed in class. If I've missed one, let me know. But I'm fairly certain that that is the only part that we've not covered in class. And again, it goes through your multiple choice, your short answer. Not a big deal, pretty straightforward. Again, please do not feel like you have to do this entire thing. If you know, for example, that you are struggling with, I don't know here, lesson 1.3, so you're struggling with chapter 1, section 3, then go through and find all the ones that relate to chapter 1, lesson 3, or section 3, and see what you can do. Do not feel like you have to do all of this. Answers will be posted. We'll be able to discuss it in class. If you've got a quick question, you can shoot me an email. Don't shoot me an email about 20 of these because I won't be able to respond to that. But if you've got just an individual question you'd like me to respond to, we can deal with that on an individual basis. But again, this is the best way I can get you prepared. Do what you want. Don't feel like you need to do it all. Okay, again, there's a lot of problems here. both with the first review and with the second review. And my purpose in that is not to overwhelm you, not to make you feel like you have to do it all, because you don't. It's just simply, I don't know what each individual person needs, and I want to provide you as many sample problems as possible before you take the test. Again, questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Have a good day.